So, here's the big question I keep getting asked: stimulus checks. Are they coming? When would they arrive? And honestly, if a few things line up, they could be sent out pretty quickly. That's what I want to break down today because I know a lot of you are wondering the same thing. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. If the government decided to drop another round of stimulus checks right now, what would be the perfect dollar amount for you? Seriously, what number would actually make a difference in your life today? For some people, maybe it's $500. For others, it might be $2,000, $5,000, or even more. Everyone's situation is different, so I'm genuinely curious. Drop your number in the comments. For me personally, I think a few thousand would probably make the biggest impact. Not $500, not $1,000, more like a couple thousand. But again, I don't want to sway your thoughts, so tell me your number down below. Now, let's get into stimulus. The thing you need to know is this: stimulus checks don't just show up out of nowhere. They're always tied to what's happening in the economy. That's the pattern every single time. Think back, when the economy crashes, lawmakers scramble to put money into people's hands. That's how it works. For example, go back to the dot-com bubble in the early 2000s. Tech stocks were soaring, the bubble popped, and suddenly we had a recession. What followed? Stimulus. Fast forward to 2008, the housing market imploded, the banks were in chaos, and what happened again? Massive government intervention, stimulus. Then 2020 hit. The world shut down, businesses closed, the economy tanked, and once again, stimulus. So here we are now in 2025. What's the big disruptor this time? Tariffs. And whether you love them, hate them, or don't really care, tariffs are basically just taxes on imported goods. But they ripple through everything. Prices go up, businesses struggle, supply chains get messy. And remember, our third biggest trading partner is China. That relationship gets rocky, and suddenly we're feeling it at the checkout line, in businesses everywhere. Now, here's the key. Every 10 to 15 years, there's some major event that rattles the economy hard enough to trigger stimulus. The dot-com bubble, the housing crash, the pandemic shutdowns. And now, tariffs are shaping up to be that next big push. If things tip over into a real recession, that's when lawmakers step in. That's when we see the big bills passed, trillions pumped into the system, checks mailed out, and the Fed slashing interest rates to keep money moving. Here's the thing though, and I want to be real with you, it's not painful enough yet. I know that sounds strange, but that's how this cycle works. The government doesn't step in during the early warning signs. They usually wait until the pain is obvious, until people are struggling on a massive scale, and only then do they pull the trigger. When that point comes, stimulus becomes almost inevitable. And this isn't about doom and gloom, it's just how the pattern has played out for decades. Crash, stimulus, recovery. Rinse and repeat. So while I can't sit here and tell you the exact date or dollar amount, I can say with confidence, if the economy takes that nosedive, lawmakers will step in, just like they always do. So, keep an eye on what's happening with these tariffs. Watch how the economy reacts. And in the meantime, let me know in the comments what amount of stimulus check would actually help you right now. I'm really curious to see where everyone's at with that. And before I wrap up, if you're 65 or getting close to it, or if you're retiring soon, there's something important for you. Medicare can be overwhelming, but there's a free resource that helps you sort through it all. They'll compare over 20,000 plans, check your doctors, your prescriptions, and save you the headache of figuring it out yourself. A ton of people in this community have already saved an average of $1,100 just by making one simple call. I'll put the number right here. Seriously, take a screenshot, write it down, whatever you need to do. And if you know a parent, a neighbor, a coworker, anyone who's in that Medicare stage, share it with them. You'll be their hero. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I post about all this stuff constantly, and you don't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Don't forget to drop your perfect stimulus check number in the comments. I can't wait to read through them.